Okay class, good morning. So our lesson for today is about social inclusion. So take out your books and open page 61. Hey, this is the plan for today.
Thank you, guys, sir. Bye-bye, sir.
Take care.
Thank you. Ano kasi ang research na?
Please, done.
Nag-code na ka?
Ha?
Nag-code na.
Yung code, man na ka. Ang stats, yeah, later. Ito siguro ang stats. Ito siguro.
Go. Sir. Okay na yun.
Okay, that's a wrap. That's it for today. So goodbye.
Excuse me, Sir Ben.
Yes.
May I request your presence in the guidance office?
Good morning, sir.
Do you know that the issue that has been reported to me was that you are included in a sexual misconduct between you and one of your students. Do you submit to this issue, Mr. Ben?
No, sir. I'm denying.
I heard that there is a problem circulating around our school, and unfortunately, you are included in this particular problem. Are you fully aware, Mr. Ben, of the Code of Ethics and the standards of teachers?
Yes, I am fully aware of our code of ethics.
Allegedly, na-violate mo yung isa sa mga Code of Ethics natin mga teachers. And you also violate one of the debit order na na-implement ng ating debit secretary, si Sara Duterte. Aware ka ba nun, Mr. Ben?
To what extent, sir, na na-violate ko po ang ating code of ethics and ang debit order po?
And nag-report sa akin, one of your students, you made malicious comments daw to one of your female students to social media. You fully submit to this, Mr. Ben.
No, sir, I'm denying.
Thank you, Mr. Ben, for your participation in your understatement. I'll just call you again for the final judgment, and for now, you can go back to your class.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tashnam Puriga, and I will be the one to discuss about the case that has been assigned to our group, which is Group 2. Now, without further ado, let us begin. In no uncertain terms, any kind of romantic or sexual relationship with your students as a teacher was inappropriate and should be avoided at all times, of course. As a teacher, you must deal with your students in a purely professional capacity to avoid any malicious comments or statements coming from teachers, from parents, from students, from school boards and such, and also to avoid any problems. Therefore, talking with your students solely about academic course or coursework is the only time you've got as a teacher to compliment, to talk, and to comment your students. As a future teacher, we must put a great emphasis that there is a thin line between being a friendly teacher and between being a professional teacher. Yes, being friendly as a teacher was not a problem at all. In fact, it can both be beneficial for both parties. But the question is, how far can one go if this friendship extends to sexual misconduct? Now, for the case of teacher Ben, he was accused of violating one of the code of ethics for the teachers by complimenting one of his students, Sam, in a social media platform. Now, the first question for the case that has been assigned to us was, which principle of the code guide a teacher about this type of conduct? The case of teacher Ben falls under the Article 9, Section 7 of the Code of Ethics for the teachers. Question number 2. To what extent that teacher Ben breached this principle or breached this principle? The answer is, teacher Ben breached this principle by not avoiding communication, interaction, particularly in social media account outside of school setting. These violations stress the provision of the current Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for the teacher. Teacher Ben also violated the DepEd Order Number 49, Series of 2022, raised and approved by the current Department of Education Secretary Vice President Sara Duterte, which clearly states that teachers, employees must exercise caution in using Facebook and other online platforms and refrain from following social media accounts with learners. So in the case of teacher Ben, they follow each other as they can exchange comment on the photo of Sam. Clearly, in a social media account or in a social media platform in our era, you cannot put directly a comment on someone's post unless you follow each other or you're friend with each other. Teacher Ben must adhere to the law, to the good moral, to the public policy, public interest, and public safety, particularly for his students. The DepEd Order Number 49, Series of 2022, was an amendment for the DepEd Order Number 47, Series of 2022, which is Article 2, Section 5 states that avoid any relationship, interaction, and communication, including following social media with learners outside of school setting unless you are relatives or unless if they are relatives. This states that you are not allowed as a teacher to follow your students unless you are blood related to one of your students or to your students. So if you are not blood related or relative to your students, then you are not highly encouraged to follow them or to be friends with them in your social media accounts. In the case of teacher Ben, sexual misconduct in the form of verbal comment occurred by complimenting Sam in a social media platform, which is considered violation of Code of Ethics, and it is also a public open which many staff, students, and other teachers may see the post or the comment or the exchange of a message towards the post in the comment section between teacher Ben and his student Sam. This stress that you should not make any comment on how attractive your students can be. Because you can violate a law. Second, you will highly violate the code of ethics for the teachers. And third, in the case of other, it is already flirtation. As a teacher, we must approach our students with the highest degree of professionalism, respect, skills, and excellence. And that will be all. Thank you.